Hey beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. You already know what time is it. It's your girl Yekum Ane, and if you don't know who is talking, means this is actually your first time of coming to this channel. I'm Yekum Ane, as I mentioned earlier. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's a very big favor for me, and if you do that, you will be notified whenever I post a video on my YouTube channel. So don't wait anymore, just click the subscribe button. It's free and it takes less than a second, so do me that favor and let's just go ahead and enjoy this beautiful time with me. Before I go, I want to ask you a question. Have you watched my previous videos? Because I've uploaded a lot of videos on my YouTube channel which are very helpful, educative and interactive. If you haven't done that, please make sure you check that on my channel. Just go, the link is on my bio on Instagram, or you can just type Yekum Ane if you don't know, so you can keep up with me and watch the other videos that I've uploaded. And one thing, please make sure you follow me on other social media platforms. Facebook, Yekum Ane, Instagram, Twitter. I'll definitely leave a link so you can join the family and get to know me better. So moving to the video of today, I'll be talking about how to know if you are crushing on someone or it is actually love. There's always a thin line between crushing on someone and loving somebody. A lot of people have asked me this question: how do I know if I'm just crushing on somebody or I'm actually falling in love with the person? If you're watching this video, maybe you have come across that question, and that's what landed you in this video. I'm going to help you know the difference between crushing on someone and actually falling in love with the person. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Don't miss any part of this video, and you will definitely know how to know the difference between loving somebody or just a crush. I'll ask you this question. You are going to answer it at your own disposal. What is love, and how many times is someone allowed to fall in love? Is it possible for you to love more than one person? Those are the frequently asked questions. So you can ask yourself this question and let me know your answer in the comment section or on any other social media platforms. I'll be very happy to hear from you. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, if you are in this video, it means that you're asking yourself, am I truly in love with this person or am I just crushing on this person? If you ask yourself this question, it means that there is something definitely up with you. It means there's something happening inside of you that you don't even understand, and it's a very beautiful feeling, because with that you get so curious and you get to find out information which is going to help you to build in your relationship if you are about to get into a relationship. And don't make a mistake. I always ask a lot of people this question: if you think you're in love or you're crushing on somebody, ask yourself these few questions. Do you just love the person because the person is beautiful, because the person is popular? Do you think that in the future you would like to be together with this person? Do you think that you feel comfortable with this person, or you feel shy with the person? Do you feel it's easy for you to love another person when you are with this person? So those are similar questions we need to ask ourselves once we start feeling like, are we actually crushing on somebody, or are we just in love with the person, or it's just a crush? So how can I define a crush? A crush is something like a fantasy, something that you really don't understand what's happening. Like, for example, there's somebody that you used to call the person beautiful. Now you don't call the person beautiful anymore, you call the person gorgeous. There's someone who used to make you smile, but the person does not only make you smile, this time the person makes you laugh out so loud. You are crushing on the person. So a crush is 1,000 times magnified. You feel like there's a superpower, like there's something that is actually just pulling you towards that person. That's how I can define a crush. But I'll also ask a question. I have been asking a lot of questions this time because it's something that you need to identify it by yourself. But I'm here to help you, give you some tips to find out if you're in love or you're just crushing on somebody. So I want to tell you a short story. If that person that you are admiring, if that person that you're talking to if the person falls ill and goes to the hospital and is in a very critical situation, will you still claim that you love the person without the person's without the love in return? So that's a very critical question, and you need to think about it. If this person is not still beautiful as the way I met the person, am I still going to love the person for who the person is? So these are questions you need to ask yourself when finding out information about if you're in love with a person or you're just crushing on the person. So there are a lot of tips that I'm going to give you in this video. So just sit down, relax, and enjoy the video as I give you the following tips, which is going to help you to find out if you are just loving someone really or you are crushing on somebody. I actually define crushing, right? Like it is a fantasy or a fairy tale story. What about love? When I was little, I always sang this song that the wordings of the song is love is an important aspect of life, and love is not only for friends. You should love your neighbor as you love yourself, because love is an important aspect of life. Yes, love is an important aspect of life, very important aspect of life. You don't need to love only someone you want to get into a relationship with. You need to love humanity. You need to love human beings, okay? So love, but according in the context of a relationship, love is kind of a romantic attraction between two people who want to make it like big time in a relationship, want to carry their relationship further. So without further ado, I'll just give you the tips that is going to tell you if you are in love or you are just crushing on someone. And the first on our list, which is a very important point, is love does not fade away. Talking about love does not fade away, it's very obvious. You know, maybe you've been crushing on somebody for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 1 year, and you haven't declared love for the person. Like you haven't approached the person and told the person, oh, I'm in love with you. That is not longer a crush. A crush is when you see someone immediately and you feel like, I want to build my life with this person, but maybe the next day you're not interested in the person. Maybe 2 days, 3 days, when you discover the person is troublesome, maybe the person can't manage his anger or her anger, you like, oh, you give up. No, that's not love. Love does not fade away. Love is always there. Love does not die. Okay, so if you find yourself crushing on somebody for more than a year or a few months, then go for it. You are in love with that person. So it's very important to not like rush into something. I don't like, a lot of people believe in love at first sight. Personally, I don't believe in love at first sight, because love, you work love out, like you work it out. You don't just sit and you just see someone for the first time and you say you love the person. It's going to fade away with time, because that's just a crush. You crush on someone and you feel that and crushing on someone is always very beautiful. Like it's always like magic. It's like dancing in the sun, you know, but within a very short time it's going to fade away. But love is deeper than that. It is not about the physical appearance. It's not about what the persons have, like what the talent the person has. A lot of people fall for people because they can sing, because they can draw. So love is deeper than that. Love is in the heart. It's not all about the physical. So if you know that you are in love with somebody, it never fades away, but a crush will definitely fade in a very short time. And moving to the next tip is you always give undivided attention to the person. If you are deeply in love with somebody, you will always give undivided attention to the person. You always stand by the person. You always want to make the person feel happy, right? But if it's just a crush, you are not really going to give undivided attention. As I said earlier, with time you can pretend to give undivided attention to the person just to make the person feel happy, but in the long run you get tired, you get frustrated, and the real person inside of you keeps on manifesting. Also, another point or another tip that shows if you're in love or you're just crushing on somebody, you always want to introduce them to your friends and to your family. Someone you're just crushing on, you don't get excited to introduce the person to your family. You just want to meet the person and talk to the person, and you guys just be there forever together. But if that person truly loves you, the person is always going to talk about you to your family, like every time. Those that are actually close to the person will always testify that they always mention your name, they always talk about you. So that's a very beautiful sign to know if if you're just crushing on someone, or maybe you're seriously in love with the person. If you always keep on talking about the person, if you always mention the person whenever you're discussing, and you just want to bring the person closer to you, like where your circle is, with your friends, with your family, like whenever you're going for an event, the first person that comes into your mind that you want to invite is that person, sorry, then you are in love with the person. Okay, so this transitions me to another important point. You always want to involve the person in your daily activities. If you are having an event and you need to take 2 people, or like maybe they say you're invited to an event and there's one person that you need to invite, who is the first person that comes to your mind? If it is that person you've been crushing on, if that's the person you always want to go out with, and you feel like if you go out with the person you feel more comfortable, then this is just more than a crush, and you need to express yourself more fully because you are definitely falling in love. Okay, another tip to know if you're falling in love with somebody or it's just a crush is, do you see the person in your life in future? Do you plan your future with the person? Do you always, if you're planning on going on a vacation, I'm planning to go to the Maldives, but now vacations is not really fun without going with somebody. So who is the first person that comes to your mind? Oh, it's this lady I've been crushing on. Oh, it's this lady I've been wanting to be with. If that's the first person that comes to your mind when you're planning a very important event like a vacation to your life, then definitely you're falling in love with that person. It's more than a crush. Or maybe you see it at night or in the morning and you're thinking in your mind, maybe I would like to have a beautiful kid one day. If you think that the characteristics of that person can be a perfect blend with yours to give a very beautiful kid or a very beautiful human that you guys will produce in future, if your future plans revolve around that person, trust me, it is more than just a crush. This is love. But when I said if you're planning long term or how your future is going to be and you involve this person, if you do it consistently, yeah, as I said, when you are in a crush with someone, the person is just the best at that moment. But if it gets consistent, if you keep on building that love or that crush consistently, then it is love. So it's very easy to be crushing on someone. Like crushing on someone is like the beginning stage of a serious relationship. So if it transitions up to the level where you always talk about that person, you always want to be with that person, you always want to go on vacations with that person, you see your future with that person, then it is a very beautiful sign that you are in love with the person. So the next tip I'll be giving you is you have a full interest in whatever the person does. If you are crushing on someone, you will have interest in what the person does just for the very first time, or like for a very shorter period. But if you keep on getting more interested in the person's life, you want to see the person a better person, you are not just crushing on that person, but you are getting more serious in the person. And also when you're crushing on someone, you don't talk a lot to the person. You cannot open up and tell the person about your deep secrets or about your deep family stuff or about your deep family history or stories. But when you're crushing on somebody, when you're in love with that person, definitely you feel free to discuss everything, anything at any time with that person. Also, a very important tip to know that you're either crushing on someone or you truly love the person is you lost interest in dating other people. If you're crushing on someone, you will always be interested in other people. If you see someone pass, you're like, oh, I could have a good relationship with this person, I could have a good relationship with this lady, I could have a good relationship with this guy. So if you think that you're in love with someone and you keep on admiring other people and wishing you could date those people, then you are not in love, but you are just crushing on someone whom you claim you love. But when you are in love with somebody, you just don't want to admire any person. Like, nobody moves you, nothing moves you. Yes, you see someone who is more beautiful than maybe your partner or more handsome than your partner, that doesn't move you. Deep down inside of you, you know, and you know that this is the best person that I want to be with. This is the only person that I want to be with, even if the person does not return back the favor that I'm doing or anything like to make me feel happy. I know deep inside of me that this is the person I want to be with, this is the person I love, and I go for it, then I am definitely in love with the person. So if you're in love with someone, you will definitely stop, or it's natural, like you just feel like those other people don't interest you, no other human being interests you to get into a relationship. But if you're always distracted, then check yourself, you are not in love, but you're just crushing on the person. And the last but not the least on our tips to know if you're crushing with someone or is true love is disagreement does not break you guys apart. Yeah, like relationships that have always been there for years, several months, they can testify that there is always ups and downs, there's always argument, there's always things that make you guys feel like you guys are going to separate. But if you are truly in love with that person, if you believe that the love you share with that person is real and is true, you will definitely work things out. So love always finds a way through difficult times. But if you're crushing on someone, just one little mistake or one little storm is going to destroy it, because there's no foundation, because there is nothing that keeps you guys together. So I hope this video was so helpful, and you can now recognize if you are just crushing on somebody or you are truly in love with the person. I wish you all luck in choosing the right person and making the right decisions, if it is loving or trust, if it is loving or it's just a crush. So don't make a mistake. They are actually very similar, but they are very different, and the most important thing we want to go for is true love. So that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you comment and you leave your thoughts as usual, and also check out my other videos that I posted on my channel, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and my other social media handles. I'll definitely leave a link for you to check me out. Until next time, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye. Thank you.